Raising well-disciplined children can be a daunting task for parents these days. At the same time, being able to come across as someone that is fun and cool can make it even more difficult for parents. In this video, we'll look at some of those tips that would help a parent in striking a good balance between being a parent that looks for discipline in children and also likes to come across as being fun and cool at the same time. So let's start with the list. The first and foremost is to limit the use of the word no and don't. If you could recall, in most cases, in case of many people, we can say that some of the most commonly heard words from your parents when you were a child are mostly no and don't. Don't do this. No to this. No to that. One of the tips or one of the suggestions is to limit the use of the word no and don't use it for every little thing. In other words, limit the use of these words no and don't only to those items that are very important. If we don't do that and keep on using the words no and don't for every little thing over a period of time, these words will lose their influence or importance in your communication with your children. They could become less powerful. They won't be as impactful or as powerful in your communication with your children. One thing you could do as a parent is to set a number, tell yourself that you would say no only to, let's say, 3 items during the day. And you would allow your child to do other things, and you will not say no or don't in case of those other things. What if you absolutely feel that you need to be able to say no in more than those limited number of cases? There comes the second tip. It is to use positive language when you have to say no or don't. The way it works is when you absolutely feel that you have to say no and you have already sent you have already said no in a few times already on that day, you may want to get the same effect by not using the word no but formulating your sentence or suggestion with a positive note in it. As an example, if you see your child playing with the phone or spending a lot of time on phone, instead of saying do not play with the phone or stop using the phone or something like that, you could make a suggestion saying that he or she may want to take a break and play something else instead of playing on the phone. The third tip is it works not only in case of children but also in adult relationships as well. This boils down to active listening, more or less. So basically, a parent, it would help immensely if the parent could get down to the level of their children and maintain the eye contact and listen attentively to whatever they have to say. This type of careful listening or active listening, um, when you do it with your children, it helps in developing the level of trust with your child, and it also helps in establishing a strong bond with your child. The fourth step is to not shout or raise your voice at them. In other words, the recommendation is to use your voice volume appropriately. Parents go through a lot of stress during the day. They may be overwhelmed with other issues, and the behavior of the children could be adding to it. And at times, with or without their knowledge, parents are likely to raise their voice. In most cases, it would appear as if the parent was successful in making the child behave in a manner that is expected of him or her. They may appear to be obedient, but it must be noted that this type of observation, this type of behavioral exhibition will only last for a short duration. It will not actually change their core behavior, whatever the behavior that the parent is trying to address. Raising voice does not address or does not correct that behavior. The fifth and the last point I'd like to cover in this video is accepting your kids as they are. This is once again, this is not limited to your kids or how a parent should interact with their children. It also works really well if you apply this tip in case of your adult relationships as well. A parent should be readily accepting his or her kids the way they are. When a parent shows or demonstrates to their kids that they are accepted the way they are, sort of like unconditional acceptance, unconditional love, then those kids are more likely to communicate their problems or share their feelings with the parent. Now, at the end, let me make a note that there isn't anything like a specific set of rules or tips that, when followed, will always yield perfect results. A parent should be more caring towards their children and be mindful of the way they are raising their children. Make adjustments to their parenting style as needed. The ultimate goal should be to develop a positive and a strong relationship with your kids. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, please do subscribe.